just joking because I was laughing so hard. Oh. My flippant unicorn. That should be the name of my first song. It should totally be the name of my first song, because honestly, it's like the first song should be looking for the unicorn in the pile of poop, because that story is so you. And then like even just now you were like, sometimes I feel a little bit like I am in a game, an assimilated game, and I found the prize and now I'm afraid they're going to wake me up before I get to use it. Ugh. And that's crazy, because really, if it is game and it's game over, you know, I'm just so happy to know and feel this way that even if it was a game and there were puppeteers and whatever, like I feel so happy and so at peace, and like just like I could take on the world and just like bring more joy than they could handle, and then like expand them to handle it, you know, like I've always been a lot to take, but like what? I'm a little scared to, because I've been a lot to take already, and I'm like literally I've been like the nuance of myself. I always say the beauty is in the nuances, but like I've just got an overwhelming amount of nuance. I'm like the queen of nuance. Because I like things, I like subterfuge and interest and intrigue, and it's fun, you know, and if you learn it and you conquered it, and then there's an it to conquer, and that can't be the end, that can't be the finish. Like, even though I say I was reading avidly for a long time, and I read books, and I just read the whole thing, and I love it so much, and I'd want the story to keep going, and I'd be like, oh, it's not going to keep going, and I'd like read the ads in the back. It was so silly. I just really I wanted that the story to go on, I guess, like, but literally now I get the whole thing of the never-ending story. I know my real name, you know, like that's why I could never figure out what she said, because we're not meant to know. It's not ours to know. Our name is ours to know. I started calling myself Afro Heidi from a thing that happened with my mom a long time ago, but I only was calling it between us and inside, and somehow deep down I always knew I was this woman. This isn't some body snatch. I just was afraid that if I cared about me, that would mean I didn't care enough about everybody else. That if there was a certain amount of love to spend, I wanted to make sure I gave all mine away. And I would still do that. If that were the only choice, either love myself and give it and receive it in this way, that's so much more reciprocal and symbiotic and beautiful, and like literally is a fountain of eternal energy and radiating light of love. Like literally, if I give it, I get it back like immediately. It's like a freaking motor. But I mean, honestly, I love love so much, like so freaking much. It's ridiculous. I love so freaking much that if someone said you would never receive a minute of love, but would you still give it out to everybody you saw and know that they had something higher than what you were seeing? That's why I always saw everybody as so much more beautiful, even aesthetically. Even people are like, oh my God, that poor girl. And I'd be like, what? She's one of the most beautiful people I know. And like, you know, it took Ryan's ugliness for me to actually like, I spent a minute looking at my friend and I saw what society standards would say about her. It hurt my feelings so terribly bad, because society standards are not everybody's standards. It's just what we've decided to do with our groupthink of ugly. That we're also individual and beautiful and full of shame and guilt over it and judgment. And I don't want to get on anybody's case about anything. You know, I don't know why I'm talking as if I'm talking to an army of people right now, but I'm talking to you, yourself, Heidi. Or somebody if you die or whatever. I don't know if you don't get to erase these before someone peeks in your phone. Whatever. I don't care. It doesn't really matter at this point. if I'm going whack job, just make sure that the arms on the straight jacket aren't too tight for me to dance, you know, because it wouldn't even matter, actually. I could just pop on a soundtrack in my mind and breathe into my body, and I can be anywhere doing anything. And if I can cultivate some energetic, actual, like jumping around or something with it, I shine on like a crazy diamond. That's what I've always been. Probably born to that album in this lifetime. I hope I was. I don't know what year it even came out. I'm terrible with the dates and stuff. I'm terrible with that stuff. Well, you do know what the last things, the last couple things you have to do. You do know. There's 3 things. Make the proposal about the possibility of the dance thing. Talk to Chevy about the possibility of being roommates, or be very clear about boundaries, and maybe just don't have him move in. I don't know what to do, Heidi. I didn't expect things to go like this and go this fast anyhow. And the 3rd thing you need to do is send that video to Ryan, because he needs to know that you're done fighting, and you need to be able to be free of that as well. And if he's going to put you in jail, you'd rather be in jail now than like while you're trying to go do this. Plus you might get to see the kids if you do initiate it sooner. So just, this is for you for tomorrow morning, and I'm going to email it to you so that you'll watch it. I guess it's time to start watching the videos you do. The ideas will come and you don't want to deal with them, but it's time to start playing the hand that you've been dealt. And it's a lovely hand, so why aren't you playing? I mean, you're out there playing, but like you're dabbling. This is no time for dabbling, sweetheart. I'm talking to you, Bubba. The Bubba in me. The aspect my Bubba reminded me about that I have in me. Oh, yeah. She's so much fun. Look at the goosebumps. Oh my God, that's crazy. Well, look at those. Wow. When I love hard. But I was loaded with attachment and loaded with a desperate need for validation, and loaded with a desperate need to make sure I took care of everyone, and a desperate need to be the mother to the whole freaking world, especially those who were less fortunate, or who were dealt a shitty hand, or who didn't have enough love in their life. You could feel it. This neck thing's gonna go away too. I know it. As soon as you release this final what, and the only way you can do that is to make the proposal into HeartMath. All my crazy videos in the future, that would be so embarrassing, wouldn't it? Especially those ones where you were like naked and drunk. Oh, girl. Why did you let people talk you into this crazy stuff? Why are you so desperate to be? I never got to feel sexy. I'm so afraid of feeling sexy. I'm still kind of locked up. That's probably one of the final keys too. I mean, there's no final key. I mean, it's just that I just need to maintain my sovereignty in a flow space where I can give more freely of myself, and therefore give more freely, because I will have more to give. I've done this. I've proven this. Anyhow, enough of this